William Start here, the executive and artistic director for the Columbia City Ballet. And, you know, William, it's great to have you here. Snow, ice, wintry mix. Aren't you just tired of it?
I hate the cold. I'm a summer kind of guy. Originally, I'm from Palm Springs, California, so I'm a desert guy. So I love it hot.
Wow,
That's
yes.
why I love South Carolina.
Yes.
The sunny South.
Woo!
Yeah.
And the Midsummer Night's Dream is
Yes.
such a refreshing
Well, we're
break.
trying to bring summer.
Yes.
So we thought we'll start dreaming about it.
Yes.
It's one day only here in Columbia. It is the 27th of January. And what's really incredible this year, Koko, is with the full South Carolina Philharmonic Orchestra. So they are playing, and Morihiko Nakahara himself will be conducting live. So it's an amazing artistic treat event of the season.
And this is a lot of firsts here because this production is what brought you here, wasn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
Wow, you did your homework,
Yes, I
Koko.
did.
Thank you. Yes. In 1977, a long time ago,
That is a long time.
I was first invited to perform. Our founding director, Ann Brody, was coming out of sabbatical, and she was creating a brand new Midsummer Night's Dream, and it was going to be filmed live by ETV.
Okay.
So they brought me from New York. Her partner, Michael Land, was my teacher in New York. I was dancing for the American Ballet Theater, and Mikhail Baryshnikov was my director.
Okay.
And Michael Land invited me, would I want to come to his hometown ballet company and be Oberon, the premiere of a brand new production of A Midsummer Night's Dream.
Wow.
And so it was very exciting, and I first came to Columbia to start rehearsing, and I just hit it off with the artistic director, and she created this brand new ballet, and it was very, very exciting, and to be filmed at the same time at ETV. And we performed it in those days, you know, there was no Koger Center or anything, and we performed it at the Dreer High School Auditorium.
Wow.
And I was the only male, so they had to make a special dressing room just for me out of the janitor's closet. So, but I didn't care. I was just thrilled. People were so kind and so wonderful in Columbia, and that began my love affair with Columbia.
All right. So this time around, like you said, you have the South Carolina Philharmonic. That is going to be a beautiful addition.
Huge.
Oh, my goodness.
You know, Koko, the Mendelssohn score is probably one of the most respected scores for ballet. You know, often some of the musicians and often some of the ballet scores are not as respected musically because they're really geared for the movement and for a rhythm that's predictable or easily danceable.
Mm-hmm.
And so Mendelssohn was one of the first composers that was really respected for the way he composed the ballet. And he wrote the ballet for the story of A Midsummer Night's Dream, and he wrote the music for ballet. And at the same time, he was very regarded at what a beautiful piece it was and how melodic and just a lot of people don't know that was the music that is so famous now. We hear it all the time, but we don't even know it. And from the Midsummer Night's Dream is what we use for the wedding marches that are so famous.
Oh, is that?
Dun, dun, da, dun,
Oh,
dun,
okay.
dun, da, da. So that comes from Mendelssohn's A Midsummer Night's Dream.
Wow. I didn't know that. Okay.
Right. It's a great fact. And so we're going to get to hear that from the full Philharmonic. And there's a full choir that plays, and it's a huge ordeal. You know, just affording the symphony is huge, and we have some city leaders that have stepped forward, and Richland County has stepped forward to help us afford to be able to experience this live performance, this amazing event, as the art is supposed to be experienced.
Okay. Now this is like a love triangle.
It is,
It's comical in a way too, though.
It is. It's Shakespeare's kind of greatest comedy, really, the most famous comedy.
Okay.
And Oberon and Titania are fighting over a changeling child, which is just like a young prince. And they're fighting over sort of who gets to preside over him. And then Puck is Oberon's assistant, and he's very mischievous and playful. And Oberon sends him on this trip around the world to find this magical flower that when you take the potion from this magical flower and put it in someone's eyes, when they fall asleep, and when they wake up, they fall in love with the first person they see.
Oh, okay.
And so Puck is very mischievous. He's like an assistant or best friend or associate of Oberon, and kind of like Batman and Robin, kind of that similar type thing.
Mm-hmm.
So Puck is like the Robin of Batman, but it's Oberon, and he's the king of the forest. And so he has a lot of fun. There are two lovers that are going through the forest. And there's also a band of actors. And so all this happens in a Shakespearean play. And the first mischief that Puck gets into is he puts the love potion on the wrong couple, and they fall in love with the opposite people they're supposed to fall in love with. So that is a huge side story. And then he puts the potion on Titania, and he turns one of the rustics, one of the actors, into a donkey. So Titania falls in love with an ass.
Oh, dear.
With a donkey.
And it's still family friendly.
Absolutely family friendly. It's a wonderful way to educate your children to the Shakespearean classic. But also they love the movement, and particularly they love magical fairies, and they love because Puck is so funny. And it's just a great ballet for the whole family. And if you're going to experience a Shakespearean ballet, you don't have to sit through the heavy, laborious, maybe Shakespearean English that you can't quite understand. You know, it's all done through the movement and through music that's fabulous with the live Philharmonic Orchestra.
2 performances are coming up on the 27th.
Yes, we've done 2 performances on the 27th. We made an afternoon 3:00 performance. So that's great for grandparents and children and driving. You know, some people aren't comfortable driving at night.
Right.
And so that's a great opportunity. That's at 3:00 at the Koko Center. And then we have an evening performance that night at 7:30. It'll be the closing performance.
All
so
right. You
2
also have that
performances on one day. Yeah.
fairy tea also.
Yes, there's a fairy tea. And everyone at the fairy tea gets to meet a unicorn and have their picture with a unicorn.
Okay.
So that's very exciting. And it's really fun for the children because they have special performances. They meet Oberon and Puck up close. They have a photo op with all the dancers and performers. There's arts and crafts. We also have additional children performing for children. And they build special wings and a special crown. And it's open for gentlemen and young ladies. Grandparents love it, and parents love it because they get to dress their children up. And it's just a really fun event. That's at 1:30. And for tickets for that, you call the office and make a reservation. And that's 799-7605. It's only $30. And that's at 1:30 prior to the 3:00 matinee.
You brought your fur. Your fur. You
yes.
must show everyone, please.
Well,
please.
this is just, it's cold. And so I have
It's
to be
cold.
warm. And so there's nothing more warm than an animal's skin. It cuts the wind. And
Hold it up. You've got to show
Well,
us. It's amazing.
Thank
Check
you.
this out.
It's a lot of fun. Here it is. It's unusual to see in Colombia, but of course I brought it from New York, and
Lovely.
those horrible winters in New York. And I danced in Canada for a long time, so I have quite a few furs just to that glamorous
Yes.
component.
When you leave the studio, watch your back. Somebody's going to take that from you.
You have to have that glamorous component dealing with the arts in New York.
Yes.
So we want everyone to come out. For tickets, you call 251-2222. One day only, 2 performances on the 27th of January.
All right. William Starr at Columbia City Ballet. Thanks for joining us again.
Great to see you, Koko. Thank you.